Sorry for the delay. We were waiting for Marvin. Again.
Always.
All right. Welcome to the Lancaster City Council meeting. City Clerk.
Council Member, Agency Director, Authority Member Molly.
Present.
Mann.
I am present.
Underwood Jacobs.
Present.
Vice Mayor, Vice Chairman Chris.
Present.
Mayor Chairman Paris.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Who's doing the invocation? My choice.
Thank you, Mayor. Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, I thank you that you have given us a roof over our heads tonight. I thank you that you've given us food for our stomachs, that you've given us water to bathe in, Lord God. I thank you that you have allowed us to come here with climate control, Lord, when much of this world does not have these things. And I pray, Lord, that you would help us not to become spoiled in the blessings that you've given us, but to rejoice and to give thanks to you always and in everything that we do for the blessings that you've given us, Lord. I pray that we would honor you tonight, Lord, in our attitudes and in our conduct, and that you would help us to glorify you in everything that is brought before this council tonight, Lord. We pray for wisdom for our leaders, that you would sanctify them in your grace to make the right decisions for this city. And I pray, Lord, that there would be a spirit of cooperation in this room, that where there ever may be contention or strife, that you would help us to seek unity and purpose in glorifying your name. We pray all this in the precious and most holy name of your Son, Jesus. Amen.
Thank you.
Sure. Please stand if you can and repeat with me. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you.
Okay, tonight we have a presentation for the student video contest winners. That's the first one of, I hope, many more. Who's helping me with that?
Welcome to Lancaster High School. We have Adam Wheeler.
We had Adam Wheeler.
Had Adam?
Yeah, had.
We had Adam Wheeler.
We're an Apple Distinguished School.
Trees.
We got poetry.
Poetry. We got the merch. The merch.
We got prom. Prom.
Daniel, in all honesty, what do we have?
Well, in all honesty, we have top-of-the-line computer labs, distinguished Apple programs, and a world-renowned robotics team.
And don't forget, we also have multiple AP classes for all grades and 20-plus electives, including JROTC and the Multimedia and Engineering Academy.
Nick, you realize all of this and more is at
Lancaster High School!
Good thing they added the school.
about Eastside High School? Yeah. Throughout your 4 years of high school, how has drama helped you?
I feel that, well, especially people who knew me like in middle school when I was little, I was like a little shy boy, you know, and I didn't really talk to people much. And then like drama really helped me like come out of that shell, you know.
By me being in cheer, I was able to keep my grades up, and I was always out of trouble. Like I never got in trouble my whole 4 years of high school.
I like the pep rallies. It's always fun to see different performances from students, what different groups are doing, and watching just, you know, kids doing things they're interested in.
My favorite thing is rallies for sure. It's just kind of one of those things that brings kind of our whole student population together, and everyone gets super hyped and has fun. And we just try to make something that's really enjoyable for everybody, but it's also really enjoyable for us to put it on.
So this was our inaugural competition, and congratulations to all the students who participated. We put the call of action out there to all Lancaster high schools, and the two of you, so thank you Eastside and Lancaster for responding. But it was our opportunity to engage with the youth in our valley. We think it is very important, not only because you represent the Antelope Valley so well, and specifically the city of Lancaster, but also because we know you are our future. And so I hope you enjoyed the process and had fun with it in terms of showing your school pride and what it means to be a student at your respective schools. I also am excited to say that your videos will be showcased on LTV, so all of your students and friends will be able to see it on Spectrum 28, so that's pretty exciting. But again, congratulations and job well done.
So second place is Lancaster High School. If Jonathan Kittinger could come up. I'm sorry, what? And he didn't show up? I mean, what kind of example is that? I'm stunned. Well, you can come up and get his award and tell him that the mayor was stunned. Stay up here. Okay, we got to get a picture. And Daniel Moya. Do the picture. Oh.
Okay, I do it here. Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Stay here. We have Ian Johnson. Oh, yeah. Of course it's Ian. There you go. Okay.
1, 2, 3.
Thank you. Thank you. Thanks. And Nick Stepp. Okay, let's get a group.
Thank you, Jonathan. I'm my vice principal.
Did you do anything?
No,
I just
like
yeah.
Count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you, sir.
Joshua Patterson. Now, look at this. Look, he showed up. Here we go. Let's get over here.
That's okay.
There, back. Count of three. 1, 2, 3.
All right.
Oh, and this is Eastside High School, the first place winners, all right? Forgot that part, sorry. Jesus Barajas.
Count of three. 1, 2, 3. Good.
Hector Olquin.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Good.
And Brian Hernandez. Okay. I thought they left the only woman out. That'd be terrible.
Do you have the legislative update?
Jasmine Miller McCullough.
You organized this whole thing.
Not really.
Okay, normally I would give one of you a $1,000 scholarship, right? But I'm going to give it to all of you, and you can do it. No, not 1,000 each. 1,000 is
To share.
to share, but you don't even have to use it as a scholarship. You can use it to do the next production if you want. Okay? All right, good. And just
The only thing I was going to add.
the only reason is because your teacher showed up.
While the other prizes certainly does not trump that, we certainly want to say thank you to Battlegrounds, who is giving all of the team members 2 months subscription to the Battlegrounds on the Boulevard, and so we want to thank you, Adam Chant, for doing that as well. You can bring them up. Yeah. Want to get a group picture with all of it?
Yeah, let's get a whole group. All right, we'll give 500 to Lancaster.
Okay.
All right. But not the teacher.
Well, you see,
Okay.
I love that. Yeah. So let's have the Wallace in the back, please.
Hey, Hector. Pretty short. Jasmine, get over here.
Okay. Let's go here. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3. We're good.
All right. Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Here you go, guys. This is 2 months. You'll take care of that. 2-month pass. 2-month pass. Thank you. And a 2-month pass. Thank you. You are welcome.
Jason. He didn't do it. Shot it straight.
City manager, anything to be removed?
No, sir.
Is there a motion on the minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second that?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, it passes unanimously, approved unanimously. Consent calendar, anything to be removed?
CC4, CC6, just 4 and 6.
How many speaker cards?
We have 3, but Fran put in 2. She only gets 1. So
You can have 2, Fran. No, no one else can. Just you. All right? Sorry, Michael. Okay, is there a motion
Move to approve consent calendar pulling CC4, CC6 as currently comprised.
I'll second.
Let's vote. It's unanimous. Passes. Okay, CC2. Fran.
No, CC4.
Oh, that's right. Okay, CC4. Fran.
Mr. Mayor, before we proceed with CC4, I would like to note that you have before you an updated and revised resolution on this item that increases the MTA request for projected funds from the fiscal year 18-19 allocation from $4.8 million to $6.3 million, which increases our total overall request from $9.4 million to $10.9 million. And that change is reflected in the resolution before you on the dais.
Okay. You all got that?
I did. Thank you.
Good.
10 million. Very good. Good afternoon, Mayor Paris, Vice Mayor Chris, council members, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Fran Saris. Just had when you get this grant for the $10 million now, what are we going to be doing with it? Or what are you going to be doing with it?
I'm not touching it. You mean, what's the city going to do with it?
What's the city going to do?
I'm going to defer that to the city manager.
Absolutely. In the staff report, there's a list of projects. Fran, you can have my copy here.
Okay.
But to announce them, there's a significant number of road improvement projects, from gap closures to pavement management program that's overlays, long line striping. It's all road maintenance and improvements. But there's a list of 15 or 20 here, and I'll be happy to give those to you,
Thank you.
Fran.
I appreciate it. So, should I go to number 6 now?
Nope.
No. Okay. All right.
No, you can't. I got to keep it all together.
Okay.
Sorry. Michael Reeves. You want me to send the money back, Michael?
Postponed.
Mayor Paris, council staff, ladies and gentlemen, I noticed on this handout it has a list of the projects that the funds are going to be used for, and one of them is for 15/16 Lancaster Health District. I hope that something is going to be done about the ER entrance from J. Now, if any of you have ever observed the ambulances and the paramedics going down J westbound, they have to go around an island to get to the entrance to the ER road. And I don't understand, because it's very dangerous. The incoming traffic has to stop. The ambulance goes around the island, has to go around the island to get into the ER. I'm just wondering why we can't have some kind of turnoff somewhere around there for these ambulances don't have to do that. And now, I understand that the hospital may expand the ER with modules. That's one of the things they're going to talk about tomorrow, which means that the traffic over there is going to be even more congested. And I would hope that the city would consider looking at that situation and alleviating that problem for those ambulances and paramedics can just turn in there and all the traffic is not all stopped and out of sync. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Michael. You know, I've been telling Jeff to fix that for years, and you don't have to respond. It's all right. Fran, is there a motion on CC4? You want
to do them both together?
Just do them.
You want to do them together? All right.
There I go again. Oh, the red. I don't want that wrong sound. I'll end up on the floor. Thank you. Okay. Good afternoon again. Fran Saris here. Just a question on that CC6. Since it's a blanket for open spaces for Measure 8, I would just have a suggestion. Can some of those funds be used to clean, give the Metrolink station a little boost in dressing it a little bit better than what it is. I see the fellows that go clean it, they try their best, but it's still not clean sufficient enough as far as cigarette butts and so forth. And they're supposed to have gotten water pressure washed at least once a week, and it doesn't seem to be getting that done. But I would like to see, if possible, we can dress it up a little bit more and make it more enjoyable to be there. Maybe we wouldn't have so much problems. I don't know. But also, maybe also as a side note, maybe we could get a skating rink, inside skating rink.
Fran, I got you a skateboard park. I mean, for heaven's sakes, what more do you want?
Well, I got to sneak it in there if I can. You never know if you don't ask, right?
You're right. You asked. No.
Well, see, at least I got my answer. Now I'm satisfied. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Thank you. Okay, is there a motion?
Motion to approve CC4 and CC6.
Second that. Let's vote. It passes unanimously. Okay. PH1, let's open public hearing. Is there any cards?
We have no cards in.
That's amazing. Well, should we let Jeff off the hook?
I would.
All right, you're off the hook. We'll waive the staff report. Any questions?
Close the public hearing.
Close the public hearing. Well, I got to ask if there's questions before I can close it.
He's got to put that in there. He's got to.
Okay.
That's his job.
Okay. Now you've lost my train of thought.
Motion to approve PH1.
I will second that motion.
Let's vote. It passes unanimously. Okay, PH2, the public hearing is now open. And okay. And we will hear from Larissa de la Cruz. Larissa, this better be stunning. I mean breathtaking.
I aim
because
for
you're
that,
it
Mayor
tonight.
Paris. I aim for stunning.
Okay.
Good evening, Mayor Paris, members of the City Council. The item before you tonight is for a general plan amendment and zone change for the property indicated on the screen. Property is located on the east side of 10th Street West between Avenue J10 and J12, just north of the former Lancaster Community Hospital. The property is currently zoned H for hospital and has a land use designation of healthcare, thereby restricting any other use on the site. The proposed amendment and zone change would designate the site to office professional zone, which will allow for greater flexibility and maximize the use of the site. Furthermore, the office professional zone and land use designation would be compatible and consistent with the surrounding area and other uses in the vicinity. The properties on the west side of Avenue 10th Street West are currently zoned office professional and therefore would be compatible. And with that, staff recommends that the City Council take action as indicated on your staff report. Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Reeves.
Mayor, council, staff, ladies and gentlemen. I live on J9 right off of 10th Street West. This is right across the street from me. This is zoned hospital area. And I want to give you a little background. When the community hospital closed, the buildings were vacant. And I thought that would be a perfect place for a VA inpatient facility. And I asked our congressional members, and I also asked the City of Lancaster and the City of Palmdale. The City of Lancaster responded positively. They said, we don't have the funds, but we'll do whatever you can to see if you can get backing to convert the old buildings into an inpatient VA facility. Congressman McCarthy had an intern call me from Washington. The former mayor of Palmdale said nothing, and also Congressman McKeon said nothing. So the project died and property was raised and stuff. I just wanted to bring that up because I think it was a travesty that former Governor Brown has abolished redevelopment agencies in the state. And I just wanted to let you know that if I ever had any influence, I would get those redevelopment agencies back for the cities, because we have a lot in this town that's a result of redevelopment agencies. But going back to this specific area, it's near Medical Main Street, and there could be a time when Medical Main Street expands all the way to 10th Street West. So rather than give up that zoning area, we need to preserve that area for hospitals just in case we need it to expand Medical Main Street. Thank you.
Jason, is that anywhere close to Medical Main Street?
It is not, and I believe the zoning designation would still, and Larissa clarify, allow certain medical uses and things of that nature on the site, regardless of whether it's hospital or not. In the commercial zone, those types of uses are allowed.
And if the VA hospital would to come around to us and say they want to build a hospital there, can we change this back?
Yes.
Okay.
I just thought it was compelling. I mean, just in case. But is there a motion?
I need to close the public hearing.
Let's close the public hearing.
I'll move that we adopt Resolution 19-30 and introduce Ordinance 1065.
Second that.
Let's vote. And it passes unanimously. Okay. Council reports.
Good news at ABTA, we're finally getting the numbers in that are reflective of what we're trying to accomplish. On a monthly basis, our maintenance cost per bus, not per bus, but for the fleet is $514,000. It's projected that it will go down to $159,465, which is a reduction of 65%. So we're reducing the cost at ABTA 65% by going electric, not only doing good things for the environment, but saving money doing it. So Macy's in the crowd. Thank you, Macy, for your leadership over there. You've done well. It shows it breaks down everything that we're doing. But one thing that was concerning, that they showed a assembly bill, I think it was Mueller that did it, that was trying to eliminate the sales tax on electric buses.
Ooh.
Ooh. Oh. So we need to be aware of that and to take any appropriate action that would happen with that. That's a little unfair of the state to let us give all the incentives to get them here, and then once we've got them here, to eliminate all our incentives. So,
Macy, what's the backstory on that?
The state has mandated transit community to move all our fleets. They're just looking for ways to run costs and stuff.
I can't hear you. Anybody else hear me? Yeah, come on down. I mean, that's a lot of money to the
Macy
city.
is the CEO of ABTA.
Mayor Paris, Vice Mayor Chris, council members. I didn't expect to be talking formally here tonight, but Mayor, as you know, California Air Resources Board has passed a mandate that the whole state of California move to zero-emission vehicles by 2040, and progressive steps. And there's continues to be a delta between the cost of an electric bus and the cost of a diesel or CNG bus. So this is one more attempt to find an incentive by driving down the delta between the buses by eliminating the sales tax.
It's going to pass?
My crystal ball is a little foggy on that one. It could. There's some language in there that I'll get you clarification on that I'm looking to get clarified. It says the state's portion of the sales tax. So it might still preserve the local sales taxes. So let me get you some definition on that.
All right, let's find out if we survive the. I mean that's a significant
chunk of money. Yeah. Let me get back to you on that nuance.
Because I don't think Stella's going to give me back the incentives we gave her.
I can guarantee you.
That was quick. The crystal ball's pretty clear on that one.
That one's pretty clear.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Good. Anything else?
AVA QMD, we did do our budget at AVA QMD, and we're still the lowest district in Southern California. So what we try to do is raise our rates to maintain the lowest cost. To give you an example, if you're a gas station in the Los Angeles basin, it costs you $2,000 from the air quality boards to run. Here it costs you approximately $500. So we are doing our best. We incentivized new applications. We did a 30% reduction for new applications, trying to give some type of stimulus towards new applications. But everything's good at AVA QMD.
Have we done a breakdown of how many of those gas stations are owned by, like Arco, things like that? And then how many are actually owned by local businessmen? And I mean, I'd be interested in knowing that. I mean, why are we giving Chevron a break?
It's
Mayor Paris, if I may speak, have a little bit of background given relationship with my previous business partner. Almost all the gas stations here they're really operated like a franchise. So it's really the personal owner that's paying that fee. It's not like, wouldn't be Chevron or wouldn't be Arco itself. It would be actually the local business owner.
I'd like to know how many live in the area.
Yeah, that might be interesting.
I mean, if they're out of town, what do we care?
Well,
shouldn't we be competitive? I mean,
we try to get it to reflect in the gas prices. So that's what our incentive by.
So let's examine that too. Let's see if it is.
Yes.
All right.
Okay.
Makes sense.
That's fair.
I mean, I just don't see why we would be, being 1/4 the cost if all the money's leaving the city. I mean, if it's in the city, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
But
if they're a contributor and they support some of the activities.
And we're also going to a 3-tier cost. So if you were to pull a generator, depending on the size of the generator, instead of a one lump $500 for a generation, an emergency generator, it depends on the actual size of the generator. So we're looking at that to go to a 3-tier rather than just a 1-tier level. So we're trying to maintain, and if everyone remembers when the Board of Trade had the AVA QMD split off from South Coast, it was to keep the prices low and to keep everything low and to incentivize our businesses that are here. So we're still accomplishing what the actual incentive was for us to do.
Okay, thank you.
Mayor, I have an announcement on behalf of Destination Lancaster. We finally made a decision this last week and hired a new executive director. And the goal, obviously, was to be able to put a full-time person to be able to handle Destination Lancaster. And we're blessed to have that candidate that took up our offer here tonight. And I want to give a little bit of background. In the selection process, obviously, we wanted somebody that had some experience with local businesses and also had the ability and the skill to do marketing, because I think that's obviously a key element of Destination Lancaster. And with that said, we selected Sandy Smith. So, Sandy, congratulations. Thank you, Sandy.
So how are we going to know if you're successful?
The results will show in the hotel nights and the people that we're driving out here for our events and tourism and overnight stays. And
Sandy's pretty close to that because we already had that was one of the lengthy discussions about how do you measure success, and obviously the gap that we have with the hotels is really, it's not Monday through Thursday, it's really Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And so that has to continue to be one of our key focal points of how do you fill up those beds. And so there'll be more to come because obviously that will be one of our key targets.
Okay. Where's Shannon? Is Shannon here? Ah, there you are. Do we have sticks in the ground on a hotel yet?
We're working on it, sir.
It's been a month. So when are we going to have a projected start date?
There's a couple things going on. We have properties under contract, 2 properties under contract near the Jethawk Stadium. Those are in the process of now looking for a tenant and partner in that. We have reached out to that developer to see if there's a partnership opportunity, as you've mentioned. And the one on the Boulevard, which is well aware, is still in the design process but moving forward. So there are opportunities that exist. I think the key there is getting a flag, a tenant, to actually operate and put whether it be a Hyatt or whether it be a Marriott or whatever that flag is, to get them to locate there. But we have plans on 3 hotels. I guess there's 4 hotels now under development in plans. We have one opportunity as relates to the partnership that you mentioned at a previous meeting that we're working with a developer on that. And those are on our land that we own and have provided an option to.
So when will we, what's the date that we will have for not completion, but just...
The date will depend on if there is a successful flag in partnering with those developers. So they don't build a hotel without Hyatt or somebody's name on it. So as soon as that name, as soon as they select that partner, we then have an opportunity to identify some dates. At this point, there is no date until we have that flag.
So we're letting the developer run it instead of us?
Correct. Well, we have a previously arranged agreement with that developer. We've reached out to that developer to try to renegotiate that under the terms that you'd mentioned at a previous council meeting to see if there's a partnership opportunity, of which, if we do partner with them, we still need to get a flag. So when people go to rent hotels, they don't rent Lancaster Hotel. They want to go to a Hyatt.
Right. So I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. So, I mean, we don't have a date for you, but we do know your priorities and your goals, and that is the most likely and most logical site to do something like that on.
So when are you going to come tell me we've reached out to the various brands asking them to come in?
We actually had some great conversations. We attended ICSC's Recon just last week and had conversations with several of the brands that Jason just mentioned about sites in Lancaster. And so we are actively exploring both private sector opportunities as well as a public-private partnership with those brands.
Thank you. You made me much happier than he did. Okay, good. So where are we on looking at assisted living? Did you forget about assisted living?
I would never.
Okay. So
we are delving into all the various, we have 9 affordable housing projects in various stages of development. So we actually met this morning with the engineers on that to determine the speed at which each of those can get done, and we're in the process of prioritizing each of those based on what can come to market fastest and what is needed the most.
And we're talking about a city partnership with an operator, right?
Correct.
So we'll be seeing income from these.
The assisted living, absolutely. We have plans, preliminary designs and plans, as well as the property in Medical Main Street, and the goal is to partner with an operator to build that site and develop and make money on it.
Great. Thank you. Troy, where's our community center? I drove by and it was still fenced off.
I know. But last week we actually received our final number from the insurance agent, and so now it is on its way to Jason to sign for what that number is that will move the TI. Our contractor has said we should be able to start construction next week.
God is good.
All the time.
Thank you. Okay. What?
A date.
A date? Next week. Didn't she say next week?
She did.
Right.
No date over here.
That's right.
Mayor, do you notice it's the young ladies in this room that's got all the answers? Did you notice that?
You know, I have noticed that this city is really run by women. It really is, in many respects. I mean, Jason, you look good out there. But at the end of the day, we are at the top of our game because of what the women do. I mean, look at Lancaster Choice. I don't know what we're going to do with the new police department. All right. Good observation. Anyone else? We all good? Okay. I thought the summit went really well. That you should be Marvin should be congratulated for that, where we got all the stakeholders together. And I guess we're going to be meeting quarterly. Is that the plan? Okay, great.
Actually seeing results from it already, not only at the school district, but some of the other places that we've done.
I was also encouraged by the entire school board, the Antelope Valley High School School Board, recognizing that we have to work cooperatively on these issues. And I'm hopeful that things will settle down and people will
work together
for the betterment of the kids.
That's true.
Yeah. Okay, good. So, no action on the California Choice, no action on Lancaster Housing, Lancaster Financing, Lancaster Power Authority, Lancaster Successor Agency. Shouldn't we just get rid of all those people? They don't seem to do anything.
They do some things sometimes.
Okay. City Manager, do you have any announcements?
I do. I'm going to turn the first one over to Jeff to talk about an upcoming event.
Thank you, Jason. Mayor and Council, I'd like to invite the entire Council and everybody out next Friday, June 7th, to the Celebrate America on the Boulevard, which will be from 5 o'clock to 9 o'clock. Again, here on Lancaster Boulevard, we celebrate all things America. We'll have a large car show of over 200 cars. There'll be a cruise that goes along with the car show. We'll have music on the bandstand, an ice cream social, strolling entertainment, a pie eating contest, reenactments of landing at Iwo Jima and kissing the war goodbye, fireworks, just fun for the entire family. So we're very excited about it. Hopefully the weather will warm up because it's still been winter time now. So hopefully by next Friday we're a lot warmer, and we invite the entire council and everyone to come out and join us because it's going to be a very fun event and we look forward to it.
Celebrate America? That's a Lancaster event, right?
Yes, sir, Lancaster event.
It's not a national event?
No, sir. This is one we do on the Boulevard.
We just love to throw parties. It's true, right?
We feel we're very good at throwing parties, sir.
Good. I like the title. I'm looking forward to it. But we have great parties, don't we? Good. What's the entertainment?
I don't know the bands right off the top of my head. We've got some tribute bands that'll be going all night through the evening with the cruise. We'll end with a huge fireworks show. We've got things going the entire night throughout the entire boulevard, so something for all members of the family. But we've got packets coming up to the council this week, which will spell out the entire agenda for the evening.
Good. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
One of the bands is named Simple Man, and they play the longest version of Freebird that you've ever heard. So just be prepared. I've heard them play. And we do have one video of public
How could I have gone through life without hearing that?
Hey, without Freebird, 20-minute long Freebird, who can miss it? And we have one video showcasing Public Works Week and some of the work that our staff did at the maintenance yard. Just a fun by a bunch of students who enjoyed not only climbing on all the big trucks, but seeing what we do as a city. So there's a short video for you.
Lancaster hosts its annual Public Works Community Day, inviting families and students from all around the Antelope Valley to come to the Lancaster Maintenance Yard and see what Public Works is all about.
We're excited to be here at the Lancaster Maintenance Yard for another Public Works Community Day. We have about 1,500 school kids from local schools visiting our maintenance yard so they can learn a little bit about public works, road maintenance, utilities, all the things that the city's involved with to maintain the city.
So why does the city put this on?
It's part of our National Public Works Week. So each year, agencies across the U.S. and Canada come together to celebrate public works and the role and the impact that it has in the community. So we try to give back and put on an event to invite the general public to come out and do the things that they don't get to see on a regular basis.
What brings you out to Public Works Community Day?
Well, this is our second time coming and we loved it. Last year when we came, my kids had an amazing time, especially because everybody's so accessible to them. They love the fire truck, the firefighters, we stopped by the sheriffs in there, the tractors, they all want to be city workers someday.
How's it been so far?
This is my first time here, and I can see all my kids are getting a lot of fun, and they're learning what Lancaster is all about. They're learning that Lancaster doesn't sleep at night. The reason why we have streets, the reason we have lights that still work is people who around here do that.
Do you have any students that might be considering careers out here?
Yeah, we've got some that really want to drive the big trucks, and some of them don't care what truck it is as long as it's a big truck.
What do you hope they take home with them after the day's over?
We just want them to know that there's opportunities out there that they may not have known of, and that this is something that may be a part of their future.
What's your favorite part so far?
I like the maze because I won.
You won the maze?
Uh-huh.
How many other kids did you beat?
All of them.
Oh, there's a lot of them?
Yeah, my whole class.
So what would you tell any other kids that haven't been here before?
You need to go there because it's the funnest place ever.
What's the response to this event from the community?
It's great. I mean, the schools love it. The kids love it. Thanks to our event sponsors this year, we're able to pay for school buses for the schools to bring their classes. So we're able to bring in quite a few kids out to the event, and they just love it.
What do you hope the kids take away from this event?
I hope they learn a little bit about the important role that Public Works plays in the community. They can see the equipment up close. They can talk to the people that are actually out on the streets doing the work. So it's a really educational experience for them, and hopefully it stays with them. And these become the new crop of engineers, maintenance workers that can kind of hopefully become future city employees.
One question, just one. Did they let Marvin pull the horn?
He's pulling it now.
Okay, that was good. In regards to Lancaster TV, I would like us to investigate the possibility of filming all of the school board meetings that are in the city of Lancaster. And along with any other agency meetings so that we can put them on the station. I don't want it to be just within the city stuff. I want it to be what's going on in the city, right? Can we look into that?
Yes.
Good. Thank you.
Along those lines, could we incorporate having those meetings here if their facilities are too small? We already have the cameras here.
That is an option as well, yes. Or if they're videoing them already, posting their videos as well. I think it's probably an option as well.
They may want to do it simply because the security is better here. Unfortunately, we live in that kind of era. Okay, thank you. I have no announcements. City Clerk?
This is the time to address the City Council, agency, and authority on non-agendized matters. Speaker cards can be found on the back table of the council chambers. Individual speakers are limited to 3 minutes each. State law prohibits the City Council from taking action on items not on the agenda, and your matter may be referred to the City Manager. Thank you.
Thank you. Fran?
Hello again. I have
Jason,
good news.
hold on one second.
Sorry.
Jason, did you want to take off?
No,
Okay. All right.
I've got good news.
Good news.
Yes. Went to the Access meeting on Thursday, and we're going to be getting 3 new buses, and I brought it up this morning at the AVTA meeting that maybe they could be electrical buses. But the thing we're going to be, and also they're going to have 8. Well, first of all, one of the main things is we're going to be having transfer rides on the weekends, which we never had before. That means that we can go down to all of you, which is a transfer point to go anywhere in Los Angeles with access of LA. And we never had it on the weekends, just during the week. So now we're going to have that. We're going to have, like I said, we're going to have 3 new buses. We're going to have 8 more service rides during the week and weekends. And the big thing is the price is going to be cut in half. Instead of paying $7 to go down to LA and $7 to come back, we are going to be paying $3.50 to go and $3.50 to come back. And that is remarkable. And I want to
It really is, yeah.
And I thought I'd share this with you because you guys are, well, thank you very much. You guys do a good job for the city, and it shows. Thank you.
Thank you. David Paul.
Mayor, Vice Mayor, and Council, good evening. I was inspired by tonight, the Public Works Day. That's an incredible event, and I've taken my kids there before. And the Celebrate America on the Boulevard, that's another great thing. I had a great day yesterday, Memorial Day at the cemetery. We had a nice observance, and Tom Lackey was there. And one thing that he said in his remarks was that he wished he saw more parents bring their kids. And I know it's difficult. Sometimes people have lives, and I remember when I was young, there was always parties to go to and stuff. But getting out there and remembering the sacrifice of our veterans, it's an incredible event, and it's just great to participate in all this. And I know I have everyone in this room to thank for the ability to live in this city and participate in all these great things, and I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Any comments from the City Council? It's late, isn't it? Ms. Frizz?
Hello, everybody. And for Memorial Day, I'd like to thank everyone that served, and I appreciate that. And let's see, I had a question about the senior center. I hear there's no filtered water for the food in the senior center. I've talked to Rocco, and he says we're working on it. It's now been 2 years.
There's no what?
Filtered water for the food preparation.
Okay, go on.
Mm-hmm. And I'd been working on that for a while. And also at the senior center, we need a bench over there where there's access pickup with the bus, and there's no bench. We have to stand inside the building and keep looking out, and there's a chain to sit on. And
I thought we already fixed that.
No, this is a bunch on on the east side of the building. This is the official access bus stop. And then we have standard loading and unloading, 2 parking spaces for us to be picked up and unloaded. And there's no bench there. I've been 5 years trying to get a bench over there. They're afraid some of the homeless will sleep on it. We have a gigantic fence there. I don't know what the delay is, but I sit out there in the cold and the wind, and I sit on that chain. Next time I'll bring a photo of that chain that I sit on. So it really irritates me. And I've gone to the director. We have a new director, and I'm a nosy old lady, and I'd like to know what the beginning total of was the amount of the remodel budget. How much were we assigned for the budget remodel? I hear somebody knows.
Okay. So what about the water? Oh, okay. All right, good.
Yeah, some of us have developed skin cancer.
Macy, can we get her a bench put in?
Please, I've been begging. On the east side. It makes
Do
me
what you
so
can,
mad.
please.
You guys, put the benches in. Would you just put them in? I don't care if the homeless does sleep on them.
Thank you.
Just put the benches there.
Men
You come
get
back-
things done. Men get things done.
If it's not there the next 30 days, I want you to come back.
Thank
right?
you.
And Marvin and I will go put the bench in ourselves.
Thank
All right?
you. I
Good.
love to sit. I love to sit. Thank
Good.
you. I
So-
appreciate this, and
And I have no doubt that if some homeless guy is sleeping on there and you want to sit down, who's going to win? None.
Thank you. With some compassion and all, and I'm glad to use this crosswalk over here right by the City Hall. That is really nice and important. I used it today. But I noticed down in Santa Monica, they have flashing lights embedded in the pavement.
Do you know what their budget is? Do you have
know.
any idea how
I'm
much
sorry.
money Santa Monica
I'm
throws
sorry.
away?
But I'm just comparing. I'm sorry.
Okay.
This was 10 years ago.
Huh.
I still remember. So thank you for that crosswalk.
Do you know the Santa Monica Police Department, those guys make more money than our doctors make.
Oh,
I mean,
it's a sin.
it's truly incredible
Yes,
how much
oh
money
dear.
that city has. Doesn't
I
it?
know it. Yeah. I love
Yeah.
our city here. Yeah, and our murals. And
They're
we're
doing
getting
great with those
safer
murals,
and
aren't they?
safer.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
I thought you had an art plan of some kind, didn't you? Oh, thank you, Mr.
Thank you. I appreciate this city very much.
No, but if
Thank
you want
you.
me to take that up, I guess we could do an art.
No,
plan.
I thought we were going to do something with the roundabout.
Oh, yes, I got that coming on. It's on my
You know,
on my
it's
list.
really difficult having a council this old.
Yes. Yes. He just led me down. So are we at council comments?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah.
where we're at?
Yeah, you kind of
Okay.
yeah.
So I'm going to get to the art. So but two things first.
Someone wake me when he's done.
Yeah. Raj and I had the opportunity to go out and represent the city for Veterans Day. And I was happy to say, because I got that information prior to going into the weekend, Jason's going to share with us.
Would you tell them?
Jason, let's talk about the sign first for the Veterans Home that was promised.
Correct.
Oh,
There was
that's right.
there was a request for the Veterans Home sign. We have done the design. We've worked with the Veterans Home, and I just signed the invoice today to begin construction and get it installed. So that'll be coming very, very shortly.
So that was one of the hot topics, Mayor, was our promise. And so,
Tell them when we promised.
yeah, Jason, why don't you refer back to the time frame? I'll let you take the hit on that
It
one.
was the old city manager, right?
Yeah, it was before January. There was a number of bureaucratic hurdles we had to jump through unexpectedly, but we jumped through them and made it work.
Yes, it's difficult to go out and represent
Which
the mayor.
January?
Yes.
Wasn't it back when Ken was teaching us how to do pancakes?
Back in the day. Right.
It was a long time ago.
Yes, it
but I'm
was.
glad we finally.
So now on another subject, when you speak about the art, so I know that we're getting close to finishing both the roundabouts, and I think it would be fitting for the roundabout on the west side. The vice mayor has done so much for public safety in the city of Lancaster. So I know that we can't necessarily take action tonight, but I'd like to see on the next council meeting. It would be a great thing to, in honor the vice mayor, to acknowledge the roundabout on the west side. What do you think about that?
You know, I'm a little torn by this. I recognize that the vice mayor has not been the biggest proponent of roundabouts.
No, I pretty much hate them.
In spite of the fact they save lives and they speed up traffic and they're rather attractive, in spite of all those things, I understand you can have a difference of opinion.
If your mom or my mother drove in a roundabout, it wouldn't save lives.
And that's why we don't let our moms drive. Good answer. Good answer. But that being said, in all seriousness, I don't know anybody who's done more for this city than our vice mayor. And I mean that absolutely sincerely. I don't think half the things we've accomplished in the last 10 years would have been accomplished without you being there. And you really do not get recognized for that, at least not to the extent that you should. And I can only imagine how frustrating it is for you to watch me take the credit for everything when you do so much.
I think we have a great team.
Regardless of that, I honestly think we should name one of those roundabouts after Marvin. And I would like it on the agenda for next week, and we can deal with it. And
Yeah.
And
I'd like to hear from Angela, and not that we need to get a consensus. What your, because I
Not
think
agendized. We're not agendized. We can't get a consensus.
We can't do it. I'm just telling you what I want on the agenda 2
We can
weeks
put it
from
on
now.
the agenda.
But I really do mean it. I think that there is some type of recognition that will last forever that we should put out there for you, because no one will ever know just how much you've done. And I, for one, am incredibly appreciative.
I appreciate that.
Okay. Good.
Not so much about the roundabout.
Well, there's an irony to it that is just sublime. You know?
Now, I do have the invoice for the statue you've commissioned for him. That's only going to take a few days. We can get it done by tomorrow.
You know, we should do a fundraiser as a lottery to see how long that's going to last.
Good. Yeah, we probably ought to make it out of clay. All right, good. Thank you. Anything else from anybody? No? Good. Going once? The next meeting is Tuesday, June 11th at 2019 at 5 p.m. Carol, my day is done and I'm coming home. Thank you all for coming.